Hello, everyone. This is Direwolf20, and welcome to round 3 of episode 2 of Wrenched. Today, Rorax versus Mez for the victor title of episode 2. Are you guys ready?
I feel safe.
Ready.
All right. Go ahead, contestants, and open your mystery chests. And today, you must use a Tesseract, which, just to be nice, we gave you 2 of, a Hopper Hawk from Britannia, a Cyclic Assembler from Thermal Expansion, and a Straw Golem from Thaumcraft. 30 minutes is on the clock. I can only wish you luck. Time starts now. Slowpoke?
There you go.
All right, judges, what do you think?
Oh,
Has it got the harvest core on it still? Oh, you took the
No.
harvest core off.
No, I left it open. Originally, it had
okay.
the Harvest Core, but this time I decided it
wasn't
would be
meant to.
better to... It leaves it more open-ended that way, right?
Yes, it does, yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna be interesting.
So as a reminder to our viewing audience, there is a Thaumonomicon in the AE system that gives them access to all Thaumcraft research, so they do not have any research they need to do. And there is also a creative wand, so that they have access to all the V they would need for, wand usage. So pretty much creative mode Thaumcraft, if you will. And warp effects are disabled, so they will not be haunted by specters.
Chat room is immediately saying tree farm.
Tree farm could be doable.
So, to answer your question,
well,
Tal,
it's
the
sweet.
Straw Golem is on its own nothing, but there are various cores from Formcraft, including like gathering and harvesting and gets and stuff like that. So you
Correct.
can make sorting systems, or you can harvest plants, or you can fill liquids and stuff like that. But
Yep. So we'll be back in a minute, viewers, to see what they start coming up with. So does anybody, judges-wise, have an idea what they would build with this?
well, I have a couple ideas, but
I'd build trains.
My chat room immediately said tree farm.
I mean, that would be a good use for the Golem
Dude,
and for the
so-
Hopper Hawk.
I'm actually going to be a little bit disappointed if we get 2 tree farms. I really want to see golems doing something other than gathering. That would put me off straight away. I think that's too easy.
Well, the thing is, we have multiple different ways of item harvesting. Well, item transport for one. We have Golem and Tesseract. But the Hopper Hawk is, if you're going to use a Gathering Golem, you can't really do that because you might as well just use the Hopper Hawk to pick up
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, so this is going to be it's the Hopper Hawk combined with the golem that's what makes this interesting.
Right, because
Yeah.
they could use the Golem to pick up items, but that would be redundant.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I feel like doing something more interesting like that is a play to the creative section of the judging.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? Like
Yeah.
tree farm is kind of obvious, so I'm hoping to see something more.
Yeah, I hope we don't see tree farms. That's kind of going to be disappointing because it is obvious. And the thing is at the end of the day, the reality is the other spanner in the works here is those 2 Tesseracts. Like, they have to come into it. And although there's an easy way of doing it, there isn't an easy way of doing it where it's just a cop-out.
So it looks like Rorax is using the Infusion Altar.
Right, okay.
She is infusing an Axe of the Stream.
So, that's tree farm.
I mean, in theory, yeah.
That's tree farm.
Autonomous activator to use that.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
See?
Hammers can sort you out.
One sec, Kitty. Come to the house.
Now, what I'm thinking is that because we have the Tesseract, you should use it as if you have 2 separate parts in the build. Like one base part and then one that's like whatever farm that you're doing. What I would be thinking of is using the Golem to sort the outputs from the Tesseract. But then you have to figure out what's going to be the input for it.
So it looks like Rorax is now crafting the chopping sigil for the Golem.
Slowpoke, you know what you forgot to put in the AE system?
I didn't forget to put anything in it. 'cause I
Dyer
didn't
forgot.
populate
What did
it.
Dyer forget?
Golem of bells.
I mean, they can make one.
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of fiddly to make.
It's like a tool,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's like crowbars was the other thing they said before is crowbars.
I mean, it would be
Yeah,
very
crowbar.
easy for them to craft.
Yes.
Yep, but it does look like Rorax is making the chopping thing for the golem. So her golem will be chopping down trees. Now I'm kind of going to try and peek here. Looks like Mez is making a fill golem core. So interesting. Definitely
I reckon
interesting.
Nez is going to make another infinite loot.
That might be cool.
No,
Well, like a
Tesseract
golem that
to
carries from one
move,
chest to another and then it teleports back.
Yeah, using the Tesseract to move the item back to the beginning. Golem moves it the other way somehow. That would be my guess.
That is actually a good point. I like it. So Rorax is infusing here. This is the first time we've seen the infusion altar used on the series, so I was kind of watching, hoping that it would work. So let's come back in a minute once they've done some more crafting.
Okay.
So it looks like Mez has placed down a second straw golem. So he's got his 2 Tesseracts down. He's got his cyclic assembler, which, I mean, Rorax, we haven't seen her cyclic assembler go down yet. Is she going to turn wood into wood planks or something like that? Because she's definitely going the tree farm route. We've got a sapling down, we've got a harvesting golem down, and we've got the hopper hawk.
Yeah, that's something we haven't discussed yet. What exactly are we expecting from the cyclic assembler?
Right, so the cyclic assembler is basically an auto crafter. It requires power, and you can give it a recipe. It basically will automatically craft things. So what they craft, obviously, is totally up to them. Now, this is interesting. I see Rorax down. She is getting mana from the mana pool, it looks like to me. So I'm guessing she's going to expand the radius of her hopper hawk with the mana pool.
To answer your question, Mike, what I'm expecting is to see the cyclic assembler craft something we wouldn't expect. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, I mean, obviously that'll go towards creative points, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes have already elapsed, so they've only got 20 left. Let's come back after we've seen a little bit more progress from these 2 contestants. Mez just activated his golems. I see one, looks like a fill golem core, and the other one he just picked up, so I don't know what it is.
Yeah, so that's gonna fill the chest. The other one's gonna.
Okay, I see. He's got one on top of a furnace generator.
Is he gonna make? No, he can't be making 2 more things. He's just gonna. Yeah. Okay.
So that's interesting, is that he does seem to be going the golem fill route, which is kind of something we said we didn't really want to see since we gave them a hopper hawk. But
no.
Time remains to be seen. We will see where they go with it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna judge. Yeah, like.
You learned your lesson last time, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're just commentating on what they're doing so far. Nobody's judging yet. Judging doesn't happen until the end. We're just, we're just commenting on what we're seeing. So just want to update the viewers, with just under 50 minutes left, it looks like Rorax has added item frames to her chest, limiting what the hopper hawk can collect. Do you want to bring Rorax in here real quick, Slow? And see
you want to go Rorax first?
Yeah, let's bring her in and see what's happening there. Because I'm excited to see her using that feature of hopper hawks, because it's not the most well known and apparent.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
User was moved
Hi,
to
Rorax.
the channel.
Hey.
Hey, with just under 14 minutes left, we wanted to hear what you're thinking.
I hate everything.
I mean, when our competitors hate us, it makes us feel good.
Yeah, we're doing their job.
Warm and fuzzy feelings inside.
Yeah. So I see you've put an item frame on your chest, so you're filtering the hopper hawk, which we all kind of liked.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you liked something.
Excited to see your use of Tesseracts and cyclic assemblers on this build, though. So I guess you better get back to work then. So we're gonna go check out with what Mez is working on.
All right.
User was moved out of your channel. User was
no,
moved to
hold on.
your channel.
Hi again.
User was moved to your channel.
Hi.
Hey, Mez.
User was
Now
moved to your
Mez is here.
channel.
Now Mez is here.
How's it going?
Hey, so what are you making over here?
Stuff, things, I have a plan.
You do have a plan. That's good. Yep. Cool. Well, I mean, if that's all you want to give us, that's fine.
Yep, just trying to make the most of the time.
All right, we won't tie you up then.
right.
Slow, you can let him
Cool.
go. He seems very focused.
User was
There
So
you
Slow, I want to comment. You were worried about him using Tesseracts strictly for energy transfer. If you notice, he now has hoppers on his Tesseracts.
Yes, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah.
Did I
It means
just
there's-
mess up his build?
What happened?
Well, it looked like I picked up the mana tablet out of the pool, but my inventory is full, so I didn't expect that to happen.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Where's his pool?
Just drop it back down.
Rorax.
I don't have
Alright,
it. It's
so
not there. My inventory
I got
is
you.
full of stuff.
We'll just get a new one for you. We'll make one.
Okay. All right.
Was it a full
Just
mana
make sure
tablet?
I don't want to like sabotage him.
No, it was empty. I'm pretty
Well,
sure
that's
she doesn't need it anymore, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, she won't need that.
Now,
I'll just give it to this guy.
Rorax's feeling of hate is something I can definitely echo in the last round when I was here last time.
I hear you, Way. Why do you think I'm the host and not a competitor?
Yeah.
All right, so we are back, and Rorax just placed down something, I guess, to replant her saplings. Yep, autonomous activator confirmed. So that's pretty cool. But it seems like mostly what she's doing is making wooden planks. Mez, we have no idea. Does anybody have any idea what Mez is doing?
Not clear.
I
Making a testament to Direwire.
Wheat and coal.
I actually know. I think I have a good idea what Mez is doing.
Go on.
I think he's trying to flood the server with enough entities to crash it.
Oh, so he can crash it much faster than
Why is
this.
he using ender pearls to throw stuff around?
It's all I've got. I'm
That's
sorry,
actually
what-
not a bad tactic. Mez just started using ender pearls to teleport around.
Well, just in my chat a minute ago, someone was like, "Well, why don't you give them rods of traveling so they can get around the map faster and slow?"
Because time management is
And
part
time
of the map.
management
Yeah.
is part of it.
Yeah.
And then
so-
Maz goes to the AE and gets ender pearls.
and that's
Now-
actually legitimately fine.
Yeah.
I think if we were to look at Mez's second build and this build, I think he's trying to go for showy, this is something spectacular that is happening. That's why coal is actually throwing everywhere.
Yeah,
Now,
I've-
where the coal comes from and where the wheat bales are going to go, that's another story.
Right, and we will just note with less than a minute remaining, so Slow, get ready to bring them up after I say this.
Yeah.
The Hopper Hawk is not working on Mez's platform because the Hopper Hawk has to be adjacent to the chest. Being one block above it does not work, and that's why he's using vacuum hoppers. So
Everywhere.
Yeah.
if he doesn't
thinks
fix
there's a
that in the next
problem-
38 seconds, that will be a problem for him.
Yeah, he thinks there's a bug. I'm betting that he thinks there's a bug with his Hopper Hawk and
Yeah.
that's why it's not working.
I reckon,
It's possible.
yeah.
I mean, but again,
I don't know anymore.
If he spent less than a minute reading Alexa Britannia, he would learn quickly what his mistake
Now,
was.
when we get to the judging, that's where we're going to decide. Is that enough to end it for Mez? I don't know. We'll have to decide that.
Well, we'll bring them up because they
20
only have 15 seconds
so-
left.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey,
User was
wait,
moved
Hey
to your
guys, just
channel.
letting you know it's time to wrap up here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Contestants, stop working. All right,
Mez, I
back
love
in
the
a
Direwire.
moment with our judging round. All right, contestants, how did you like that round?
Hard.
Hard. Mez?
Time pressure mostly.
All right. Well, let's head over to the green platform and see what Mez has made. I think Mez's name is pretty appropriate for this build.
Yeah, I think it's a mess.
It's a giant mess. But Mez, go ahead and explain what you made for us.
So my goal is to make the largest incomprehensible mess that involves making this golem in the middle that I was given work as hard as possible. Basically, there's wheat and this guy keeps coal in here to keep the whole thing powered, but things are spewed in every direction. Every type of collection is utilized to put things back in a random place while this golem tries to put everything in this chest, which is entirely futile.
Gotcha. Is the Hopper Hawk working?
It isn't. I thought this spark would reach, but I wasn't able to get mana to the Hopper Hawk, or I just don't know how a Hopper Hawk works.
Yep.
Apparently.
So we'll let you know the mistake is that the chest needs to be touching the Hopper Hawk, not one block below it.
Okay, I thought it had an inventory, so I had the golem try to pull out of the Hopper Hawk. That was
Gotcha.
the problem then.
Yeah, now it'll place items in an adjacent chest. So the Hopper Hawk is down, but it's non-functional. Judges, thoughts before we move on to Rorax?
You've made our job very, very difficult here. Like, if your chest had been one block higher, things may have been a bit difficult. It's just like, because the mana, obviously, if you don't know the Hopper Hawk that well, the mana only extends its range. It doesn't actually make it.
Ah.
So,
I think
I mean,
This is a
definite
perfect.
style points. I love the, the things flying everywhere and the little guy working to death,
I'm
I
kind of
definitely-
convinced that what you were trying to do was crash the server by filling it full of entities.
Very possible.
I would have
Yeah.
used walruses in that case.
That's what we were thinking of. So actually, funnily enough, when you first did the build, what we said, if you want to win this, was all you had to do was put a fishing core on the straw golem and have him fish for fish and use a cycle timber to make walruses and basically win wrench. Like that was what we were thinking. But
Fair enough. All right, well, let's go see what Rorax made, and then
Yeah.
you judges might have some work to do. All right, Rorax, what have you made?
So this represents a two-part system. One is your base, the other is your tree farm. At your tree farm, you have the golem chopping down the tree and a autonomous activator replanting it and using bone meal on it. The hopperhawk picks up the logs from... There would probably be multiple hopperhawks, I didn't have time. You have one of the hopperhawks, though, picking up logs, which are going into a chest, which is going into a tesseract. That tesseract is sending that to your base, which is going into a cyclic assembler, and the cyclic assembler uses logs to make planks.
Very interesting. Okay. Judges?
you want me to go on CBW? You want to say?
It's a tree farm.
Yeah.
So you gave me the items, I made something with them.
Yeah. So what we were saying, Max, is it's very, very good. It's extremely functional, and it's a little bit boring. Sorry.
It is pretty boring.
So the only thing
mean,
I'll say, and obviously I'm not a judge, but I like to put in my 2 cents because it's my show, is that I like the fact that you used the item frame to filter the Hopper Hawk, but at the same time, you made your build worse by doing so. What I would have done would have been to filter with the translocator the wood and had the saplings and the apples.
Saplings are going nowhere. They're just disappearing, aren't they?
Get them picked up and maybe even filter on the Tesseract on the receiving end, or get the saplings back into the autonomous activator would have been really good.
So,
Or just put
If I
another
was to
chest
make
down.
one comment, though,
Yep.
as I said, if there was time, a second hopperhawk would have been involved, which would pick up everything
Yeah.
else.
Sure, but I mean, the clock is your enemy, right? So,
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure if everybody had an extra 15 minutes, their builds all would have been better.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So, all right, we're going to let the contestants go, and the judges have to deliberate. As a reminder to both contestants and judges, you will be judged on the entire day, not just on this final round. So all 3 of your builds will be brought up during the discussion to find out who is being wrenched and who the winner is.
This
We'll
won't
back.
be quick.
I don't think it will be. I think there's going to be a lot of discussion. All right, judges. So as a reminder, we need to look at all 3 builds. What did you think?
So Rorax is... I don't know. I'm torn. Rorax had a great second build and a functional third build.
So let's start with round 3. Who did you think did better on round
Rorax
3?
won round 3
Rorax.
just because she used all the items.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I'd say Rorax.
So then we need to compare, all 3 rounds to really come up with a decision.
There's won
Yeah,
rounds
it-
1 and 2.
Yeah, Mez won rounds 1 and 2, but Rorax's round 2 was also very, very good.
It was.
Right.
Like,
Rorax
you could
and
almost
Mez
say
were
Mez
close.
won round 1, they drew round 2,
Yeah,
and Rorax won round 3.
Round
You could
3,
almost say that.
Right.
I
So
think you could, yes.
with that in mind, you have to pick a winner and you have to pick a loser, right? But it's going to be a tough call, right?
Yeah, that's why we're going to take some time here.
Okay. So we'll come back after the deliberation and let you guys know who the winner is. It's going to be a very close call. And we're back, and against all better judgment, I have listened to Slowpoke.
Why would you do this?
I don't know. For the first time in all of wrenched history, our judges could not come to a conclusion as to who deserved to be wrenched. And as a sudden death elimination, we are adding 1 extra mystery item to each of your mystery chests. You must use it to augment your current build. You've got 15 minutes to do so. Contestants, do you accept this challenge?
Yeah.
Yes?
Can we get to keep the angel ring?
No.
No.
You
where
thought
did I
they
put
hated
that?
you before.
Contestants, are you ready?
Ready?
Go ahead and look in your mystery chests. So,
She.
in order to augment your builds, you must use a liquid transfer node from extra utilities. 15 minutes is on the clock, and your time starts now for sudden death. All right,
Point out
recording again.
the straw poll is 405 to 405.
Really? So, yes, we ran a straw poll in Bacon's live stream, and out of 810 people, 405 voted for Horax and 405 voted for Mez.
Oh, chat, you failed us.
So, literally, no one could make a valid decision on who should have been wrenched here. This match was so close. I think, can we all agree, judges, that Rorax probably took round 3, but not in a strong enough way to overtake Mez's winning of round 1 and their
Hence
tying
me
round
saying
2.
it was a draw.
Correct, and that's
Yeah.
to be fair. I wasn't a fan of the extended round, but I think this will work to help you guys make a decision. But to be clear, you must make a decision at this point.
Yes.
Okay, so the reason I want to put in there that I chose the transfer node for liquids because A, it's the one of 3 things that a Tesseract can transfer that neither of them have used yet. So both of them used power for Tesseract transfer, and both of them used item.
Used items, yeah.
Right, so that's one reason that I chose liquid. 2 is that the cyclic assembler can craft using liquids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, that was pretty much it. That's all I got. I might have had a third reason, but I've since forgotten it.
Just cause.
And 3 just to throw a wrench in their whole.
So.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
Yes.
So
I mean, they've only got 15 minutes. They have to augment their current build in some way. So I see Mez is trying to tap into a lava source, which I don't know that. I don't think that liquid transfer. That'll work with water, but not lava.
Now, I'm going to say this now. Yeah?
Okay. Yep.
If Mez doesn't fix his Hopper Hawk, he loses automatically for me.
I mean, that would be a huge detractor because we did clearly explain to him why his Hopper Hawk wasn't working.
Yeah.
He's got 15 minutes to fix it.
Yeah.
Perhaps to just kind of facilitate that, you might want to pop in and make it very clear to them that they are allowed to edit what they made before.
Yes, I can do that.
I will go do that. I will go do that while I'm recording.
Channel
So just to be
switch.
clear, contestants, you are allowed to edit what you've made before if you want to make changes to your build. You don't have to leave what you've done and only augment it.
Okay.
I don't know if that was clear before, but you can change what you've already placed.
The reality is
So-
I do my own.
They should know that now.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm glad I stood up for my rights there. I'm glad I stood up for my ability.
As long as I've known you, Slowpoke, I've never known you not to stand up for your rights. So you have nothing to worry about. Let's be clear.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's usually why I cut you off in the middle of judging and let somebody else speak for a change.
I was deliberately trying to not go too heavy this time.
Like,
But
Bacon,
nobody
did you
was
notice that? Like, I
speaking
kept
for
saying, like, all right, Bacon, what do you think?
I was trying not. Like, nobody was saying anything at the beginning. Like, I didn't want.
Sure.
Sure. No, I was deliberately pausing at the start to let somebody else start, and nobody would start.
Yeah, so I'm very interested in see what Mez is doing here, because he's got the transfer pipes from extra utilities. I don't know that that's going to do what he wants it to do.
It doesn't do it.
Unless
he changes that fluid.
Rorax is doing something interesting.
What's Rorax doing?
Oh,
He's just built a squeezer.
Oh, a squeezer.
Interesting.
Okay. Oh, no. That is absolutely an augmentation of her current build.
Yeah.
That is very good, yeah. No,
because
that
now
is-
she's.
that is top mark.
That's actually awesome.
Yes, and she's added the item frame for the apples.
And she can thus.
So she's going to start making juice.
Yes.
Liking that a lot.
What's she going to do with the juice?
If she cyclic assemblers that into some kind of drink.
Right, I should put a hat on.
What's
I
that?
was
about to say,
You can see people getting really close to a build, it's like making them nervous.
Well, do you necessarily need to use the juice in this short time frame?
You don't have to, but it would be bonus
Which she
points,
could.
right?
She's
The,
got
the
the
more
time.
you do, the better. So let's come back when we're closer to the end of this round, and we will see what these contestants come up with. And just to make you feel better, Slow, I see that Mez has picked up his Hopper Hawk.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yes, he has fixed his Hopper Hawk build, and he may be removing his vacuum hoppers. We'll see.
I really didn't want to call it on that. That would have been such a heartbreaking end.
Yeah, it would be. It would have been a huge mistake on his part not to do what he needed to do there.
Area now.
So apparently Mez has decided to build outside of his platform.
Hold on, to be fair,
Right.
all we say is the stuff that's outside of it doesn't count.
Correct.
We don't say he can't build there, we just say it doesn't count.
I mean,
But
he
he
could
needs that
have
liquid transfer
made
node.
his own tank.
Yeah, oh yeah, the liquid transfer node is outside
Yeah.
the build area.
Right.
So
So he could have made his own. And it looks like he did actually make his own tank.
is he literally just trying to fill it up quickly or something?
I mean,
Probably trying. Yeah.
he probably could have just made buckets. It would have been quicker to make 16 buckets.
Grab some buckets. It's true.
Yeah, because now he has to troubleshoot this, and he's only got 5 minutes left, and something he did was wrong.
Okay, so it
think
may
he's
come
slow.
down to a
No,
non-issue
he
this.
just forgot to turn off the power. He's got redstone signals, so they're going anywhere.
Right.
But,
To
let's,
answer your question before,
Yeah.
I intend to only judge the final product. Like, to me, because they were at a tie at that point in time, I'm just going to judge it as if
Okay.
it was one continuous segment of time and
All right.
the final product.
Yep. So it looks like Rorax, by the way, has hooked up a fluid duct to her portable tank. So the apple juice that she's producing is going into a tank, no longer into the cyclic assembler.
yeah.
Which is almost
Using
full.
a lot, actually.
Yeah, she's actually making quite a bit. So, I mean, I'm, not wanting to judge early, but I'm liking what Rorax is doing.
Yeah, it's just still very, very boring, but yeah.
I mean, no, it's not.
It's less boring than it was.
Yes, it is less
She's
boring than it
She's
was.
taken advantage of the...
Do you know what I like? I like the fact that
boring.
she's passing everything through the Tesseract. Energy, liquid, and item.
Yeah, she's
Very
going
good
both
use.
directions.
Well, they've still got 4 minutes left, so let's
Yeah.
come back when we're close to about a minute left, and we'll see where they're at. All right, guys, we're back with just under a minute left. It looks like Rorax has made a critical error. Her squeezer is no longer adjacent to her Hopper Hawk. She's
And
moved
you'll
it,
notice-
and that's bad. I don't know if she's realized this yet or not.
Oh, she's going away. No, she's going away.
Dyer?
She hasn't got time to do this.
She also put an item frame on the autonomous activator, thinking that the Hopper Hawk would put into that as well.
Right.
Oh my God.
So, I mean,
I
she's
don't
only
know what to do
got...
now.
She's up at the crafting station. I don't know what she's
Yeah, but-
making, but she's only got 26
It
seconds
doesn't
left.
make a difference. She hasn't got time to
Okay,
move that
fire.
stuff.
I know.
I mean,
She's literally got 20 seconds left, and I don't think she's going to be able to pull this off.
nobody is. No, there's no way.
No way. No way.
10
So why
seconds.
don't you pull them in, and we'll give them the 5-second countdown.
She just made a hopper.
She made a hopper.
Oh goodness.
But that still doesn't account for the way that
Nope.
Nope, that's not going to work, Rorax. All right, their time is up. Did you pull them in, Slow?
To your channel.
Okay,
Contestants, your
Stop.
time is up.
Oh man.
Game over.
Yeah,
So nobody's
yeah,
really
that's
sure what Mez has made. So Mez, would you please explain to us? I mean, your nonsense machine is even more nonsensical now. I'll give you that. But Mez,
All right, so we got our golem who was working hard, but I mean, he learned how to work smart and lets all the hoppers and vacuum hopper, hopper hawk do the work. So now he's just kind of sitting there gaining experience and enjoying, the fruits of his labor.
fair enough. Okay, Rorax, let's go see what you've made. All right, Rorax, what have you made?
Well, CBW, you were annoyed it was just a tree farm, so now it's also a fruit juicer.
Okay. Judges,
Except
I
this
know
is-
you're dying to say this.
Rorax,
Yeah.
the very problem that we just told Mez had with his system is.
Oh,
now
I did it
existing
tonight because I
in
moved
your
the
system,
hopper hawk.
You
I mean,
moved
I
the
moved the
juicer.
squeezer.
which
Yeah, the squeezer.
invalidates your use of the item that you needed to include in the build.
I mean, it still works for the wood. It just
Yeah,
doesn't.
because it's not working.
It's not doing anything.
non-functional.
It's not going to do anything
The
now.
liquid extractor does work.
No, it,
That's
yeah,
not
but
the
it
thing that doesn't
doesn't
work,
have
yeah.
any
To
liquid
be
to
fair,
extract.
I don't remember there being a rule that it had to be 100% automated system.
No, but it takes
A
away.
manual input.
She
no,
loses.
but that is the intention of her build, is for it to
Yeah,
be
and-
automated.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
could
but
work
Mez
very
is
easily.
even-
just
I
like
would
with
also
Yes.
like to point out that my fellow contestant
We know.
snakes out
We
of
we know, and Mez is actually is invalid as well because it's outside of the
It's over
build.
here. This is not.
So now we have a problem because
I'd say that
Do we?
disqualified.
yeah, both builds are invalid.
So judges clearly have some discussions to have. So what we're going to do is come back. The judges will deliberate off camera, and then we will come back to wrench and name the competitor that has won. So we will be back in a moment. All right. After the sudden death elimination round, the judges have made a decision. I'm going to let Slowpoke break the news to you because he refused to make a decision.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm sure you two were obviously a little bit confused about what on earth happened there. At the end of the third round, based on the entire where we would be in all three builds over all three rounds, I couldn't separate the two of you. It was a tie in my hands, and at that point you had 1.5 votes each. So we decided to do a sudden death thing, which is what we did. After the sudden death, both of the items that you used were given the liquid transfer node. Neither of you used it in a valid way. However, one of you did at least place it within the bounds of the area, and one of you had a functioning idea that supplemented your existing build. So, with that in mind, we have decided to wrench Mez.
We're sorry, Mez. As you should probably guess, there was a lot of deliberation between the judges, and I forced them to make a vote because they, again, refused to vote. But you clearly made this very hard on them, so congratulations, Mez, for putting on such a good show.
Thanks, I had a lot of fun.
It was
This was just great.
like legitimately, this is by far, I think, Dyer, the best wrench we've ever done.
Yeah, definitely. And that means that Rorax is our winner. Congratulations,
Yay.
Rorax.
Thank you, everyone.
Congrats, Rorax.
Congrats.
All right, guys, this wraps up episode 2 of Wrenched. Rorax is our winner. Congratulations, Rorax. This is Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed Wrenched episode 2. Look forward for more Wrenched episodes in the future. For now, take it easy.